Good morning, all of you. In this session, we are discussing biological control of insect pest. That is, using of biological agents such as parasitoids, predators, and pathogens for the management of the insect pest is the biological control. The process of managing pest population by introducing encouraging or artificially releasing their natural enemies is the biological control. In biological control, we are using parasites, mainly parasitoids and predators. What are the parasites? Parasites are the small organisms that live in or on the body of the host to obtain nutrient, but they do not kill their host. This parasite maintains a long-term relationship with their host for their survival. See here example: lice, ticks, mites, and bedbug, etc. True insect parasites. These are the insects that are parasitic on other insect. For example, see here parasitic insect on host insect. Strepsiptera. For Strepsiptera, host insect is the bees, wasps, leafhopper, cockroaches. For parasitic beetle, host insect is the ants. For scale insects and whiteflies, the host insect is larger insects such as bees and beetles. These true insect parasites generally do not make good pest control agents because they do not kill their host. They have specialized life cycle. They may not significantly reduce pest population. That's why these true insect parasites are not that much good for managing insect pest. Then what is the parasitoids? Parasitoids are parasitic insects. These are the insect and these insects are parasitic, live in or on the body of the host to obtain nutrient, but eventually they cause death of their host. In this relationship, the immature stage of the parasitic insect is parasitic or damage causing one, while the adult stage is free living. Parasitoids are often called as parasite, but the term parasitoid is more technically correct. Most parasitoids are wasps or flies. Then what is predator? Predator, it is a large organism which captures and eats another small organism, that is the prey. The action of a predator on prey is the predation. What are the agents to be used for biological control? The agent include parasitic insects, predatory insects, and pathogens, that is microorganisms like bacteria, virus, fungi, nematodes. What is the institute which is associated with the biological control? That is Commonwealth Institute of Biological Control. It was founded in the year 1957. This institute started the organized biocontrol research in India. But this institute was closed in the year 1987 due to the financial problem and the changes in research focus. After its closure, its work was taken over by local Indian agricultural institution. For example, AICRP on biological control of crop pest and weed was launched in the year 1977, and this was moved to the same campus, that is in the Bangalore, in the 1988. This AICRP on biological control of crop and biological control of crop pest and weed was renamed as Biological Control Center. Then it's formed as PDBC, that is Project Directorate of Biological Control, during 8th 5-year plans in the year 1993, and this was upgraded to National Bureau of Agriculturally Important Insect during the 11th 5-year plans in the year 2007. Finally, the name changed as NBAIR, National Bureau of Agricultural Insect Resources, in the year 2012 during the 12th 5-year plan. National Bureau of Agricultural Insect Resources institution is located at Bengaluru, Karnataka. Biological control strategies. There are three basic type of biological control strategies. That is, one, conservation; two, classical biological control; three, augmentation. Then what is conservation? This strategy focus on conserving or optimizing the survival and effectiveness of natural enemies through various management activities like reducing or eliminating insecticide application to protect natural enemies, staggering harvest date to ensure continuous supply of host prey to the parasitoids or predators, providing shelter, overwintering site or alternative food sources to enhance the survival of beneficial species. In conservation strategies, all these things are done in order to conserve them or optimizing their survival and effectiveness. Next, classical biological control. This strategy involves the intentional introduction of natural enemies to the new areas where they are not occur naturally. This intentional introduction of natural enemies was conducted mainly by government authorities when insect pest is introduced without its natural enemies. See, for example, the beetle Zygogramma bicolorata was introduced from Mexico to control the exotic weed, that is Parthenium, in India. So this Zygogramma bicolorata was intentionally introduced from Mexico to the India for the management of this weed. Such intentional introduction of natural enemies to the new areas where they are not occur naturally is the classical biological control. The steps involved in classical biological control are determining origin of the pest. Here, pest origin is identified, that is from where the pest was introduced to the new location. Next, collecting natural enemies. From where that insect pest was introduced, from there natural enemies was collected, and these collected natural enemies were subjected to the rigorous quarantine processes to prevent the unwanted introduction of the organism, that is hyperparasitites. After rigorous quarantine process, these natural enemies are mass produced. After mass production, they are released into the environment. After releasing, follow-up studies are conducted whether the natural enemies are established successfully or not, to check that the studies were conducted. Next strategy is the augmentation. Augmentation refers to the practice of rearing natural enemies in large number and periodically releasing them into the environment. Practice of rearing natural enemies in large number and periodically releasing them into the environment is the augmentation. It is of two types: inoculative release, or another one is the inundative release. In case of inoculative release, small number of beneficial insect species are released at multiple locations, and the control is expected from progeny. Why? Because here they are inoculative, mean they multiply themselves and manage the pest. In inoculative release, small number of beneficial species are released at multiple locations with the expectation that they will self-multiply and suppress pest population over time. In case of inundative release, large number of beneficial species are released in a single location to flood the pest population with natural enemies and providing immediate control. In case of inundative release, management or control is expected from a repeated release itself. Parasite. Parasites are the small organisms that live in or on the body of the host to obtain nutrient, but they do not kill their host. This parasite maintain long-term relationship with their host for their survival. Now we are going to see about classification of parasites. First classification is based on their host type. Zoophagous parasites. This parasite attacks animals. Phytophagous parasites. This parasite attacks plants. Entomophagous parasites. This parasite attacks insects. Next, classification of parasites based on site of parasitization, that is ectoparasite. Second one is the endoparasite. In case of ectoparasite, the parasite attack the host from outside of the host body. In this case, the mother parasite lay their eggs on the surface of the host. After that, the eggs are hatched and the larvae will feed on the host by remaining outside of the host body. Example: head louse, Epericania melanoleuca, epiphyre species on sugarcane fly. In case of endoparasite, here the parasite enter inside of the host body and feed inside. In this case, the mother parasite either lay its eggs inside the host tissue or on the food materials of the host to gain entry inside their host. Example for endoparasite is the braconids and echinommonid wasps. Next, classification of parasites based on stage of the host attacked. That is, egg parasite attack the egg stage of the host. Example is the Trichogramma species. Early larval parasite attack early larval stage, that is Apanthalis species. Mid larval parasite attack mid larval stage, that is Bracon hebetor. Late larval parasite attack late larval stage, that is Goniosus niphanchidis. Prepupal parasite attack prepupal stage, that is Elasmus niphanchidis. Pupal parasite attack pupal stage, that is Tetrasticus israeli, Trichospilus pupivora, and Stomatocerus species. Next, classification of parasites based on the duration of the attack. That is transitory parasite and permanent parasite. Transitory parasite spend few stages of its life cycle on one host and other stages on some other species of the host, or they may free lives. Example, braconids and echinomonids. Permanent parasites, this type of parasite spend all the stages of its life cycle on the same host, on the single host. Example, head louse. Head louse is a permanent parasite. Classification of parasites based on degree of parasitization, that is obligatory parasite, facultative parasite. Obligatory parasites, this parasite need compulsorily host. They can't live away from the host even for a short period of time also. Example, bud lice and head louses. Facultative parasites, this parasite can live on the host if the host is available, and they may live without host when there is no availability of the host. So, which can live away from the host at least for a shorter period of time. Such parasites are known as facultative parasite. Example is fleas. Classification of parasites based on food habits. Monophagous, oligophagous, polyphagous parasite. Monophagous parasites are host specific. They feed only one host species and can't survive in any other species. Example see here Goniosus niphanchidis feeding on Opicinia arenozella. It's feed on Opicinia arenozella only. These are the host specific. Oligophagous parasites, they feed on very few hosts, and that hosts are must be closely related. Such parasites are known as oligophagous parasites. Example is Isotoma javensis. Polyphagous parasites, they feed on a wide variety of host species. Example, Brocon species, Apanthalis species. Next, classification of parasites based on number of hosts required for completing their life cycle. Monoecious parasite require only one host for the completion of their life cycle. Heterogeneous parasite require several different hosts for completion of their life cycle. See here classification, it's very important. So most of the parasites belong to the order Hymenoptera. This is again divided into two suborders, that is Symphyta and Apocrita. See under Symphyta, important family is Tenthinidae and Orucidae. In case of suborder Apocrita, important superfamilies and families. Ivanoidea family is Ivanidae. Ichneumonidae family is Ichneumonidae, Braconidae, and Stephanidae. Platygastroidea family is Platygastridae, Scleonidae. Cynipoidea family is Cynipidae, Astrocynnipidae. Superfamily is Salcidoidea family is Salcidae, Eulophidae, and Trichogrammatidae. So another superfamily is Chrys- Chrysidoidea. Chrysidoidea family is Bedelidae, Vespidoidea, another superfamily, and another superfamily is Apoidea. So kinds of parasitism, that is simple parasitism, superparasitism, multiple parasitism. In case of simple parasitism, the host is attacked only once by an adult parasite. Host is attacked only once by an adult parasite. Here example is Apanthalis taragama. It's attacked only once. The Opicinia orinazella. Goniosus niphantides attack only once. Opicinia orinazella. In case of superparasitism, the host is attacked multiple times. That is one time, two times, three times. నేను రికార్డ్ చేస్తున్న వీడియో ఇంకొక 15 minutes
అంటే హ్యాపీ ఉమెన్స్ అని చెప్తారు చెప్తారా సార్ మరి ఇంకా
15 minutes లాట
వాళ్ళందరూ హాస్టల్లో వెళ్ళిపోతారు సార్.
Sorry for disturbance. Let's see kinds of parasitism. That is simple parasitism, super parasitism, and multiple parasitism. In simple parasitism, a host is attacked only once by an adult parasite. See here, A is the adult parasite which is attacking only once this host. After attacking, it is leaving that host. During attack, it lays its eggs on or in the body of the host, and the subsequent harm to this host come from the larvae that hatch from that egg, and this larvae feed on this host. For example, Apanthalis taragama, they feed or they attack. Apanthalis taragama adult attack only once the Opicinia arenozella host insect. Similarly, Goniodus niphantides adult parasite attacks only once the larvae of Opicinia arenozella. During attacking, they lay their eggs. From that eggs, the larvae will hatch and they cause harm to this host. Next, superparasitism. In this case, the host is attacked multiple times. One time, two times, three times. Host is attacked multiple times by adult parasites of the same species. This is adult parasite, this is another adult parasite, this is another adult parasite, but these are belong to the same species. When host is attacked multiple times by adult parasite of the same species, then it is the superparasitism. Her example is Apanthalis glomerates. They attack Piris brassicae, Trichospilus pupiora, they attack Opicinia arenozella. Multiple parasitism. In case of multiple parasitism, the host is attacked multiple times, one time, two times, three times, by the adult parasite which are belong to the different species. A, B, C, these are belong to the different species. When host is attacked by the adult parasites for the multiple times by various species of the parasite, then it is the multiple parasitism. In case of multiple parasitism, host is attacked multiple times by adult parasite of various species. See, for example, eggs of Scirpophaga incertulas are attacked by Trichogramma species, Telonema species, and Tetrastechus species. Next, come to the hyperparasitism. So, this is the host insect Opicinia arenozella, which is attacked by Goniosus nephantides. But this Goniosus nephantides is attacked by Tetrastechus israeli. This parasite is attacked by another parasite. Hyperparasitism is the hyperparasitism occurs when a parasite itself attacked by the another parasite. For example, Goniosus nephantides can be parasitized by the Tetrastechus israeli. Many braconids and bedelids wasps, they function as hyperparasites. Types of parasites, that is primary parasite, secondary parasite, tertiary parasite, quaternary parasite. These primary parasites, they attack insect pests. Therefore, these are beneficial to the mankind. Secondary parasite, they attack primary parasites. These primary parasites are useful to the human being. Therefore, these secondary parasites are harm to the mankind because they are attacking the primary parasites which are useful to the mankind. Tertiary parasite, these are the parasite which attack secondary parasites. Therefore, these are useful to the humankind because they are attacking secondary parasites. These are not good for human. Next, quaternary parasites, they attack tertiary parasites. These are harmful to the mankind because they are attacking beneficial tertiary parasites. See here, odd number parasites are beneficial and even number parasites are the harmful to the mankind. See the qualities of successful parasite in biological control program. The parasite should be adaptable to environmental conditions in the new locality, should be able to survive in all habitat of the host, should be species specific, do not attack other beneficial organism, should be able to multiply faster than the host, should have more fecundity than the pest, life cycle should be shorter than the host pest, should have high sex ratio, that is high number of female to be produced, should have good searching capability for the host, should be suitable for multiplication in the labs, should bring down the host population within 3 months, and should have quick dispersal capability, should be free from hyperparasites, should not be the parasite on productive insects. Such qualities are needed in a successful parasites. See here key facts. So approximately 10%, that is 1 lakh of described species of 1 million. 1 million species or 10 lakh species are described. Out of this 10% mean that is 1 lakh species are parasitoids. Out of 10 lakh, 1 lakh species are parasitoids. And most of the parasitoids are found in the order Hymenoptera, that too in the family Chalcidae and Echinомonidae. Similarly, the order Diptera, Strepsiptera and Coleoptera also have useful parasites and parasitoids. See here successful example of biological control. Apple woolly aphid. This is the Eriosoma lanisarum. It was successfully managed by the Aphelinus mali. It is an adult parasitoid. Similarly, coconut black-headed caterpillar, see here image, Opicinia aronazalla, it is managed by a potential parasitoid collectively called as tapgate. See here, Trichogramma australicum, it acts as egg parasitoid on Opicinia aronazalla. Apanthalis karagami, it is act as early larval parasitoids. Bracon habitars, it is the mid-larval parasitoids. Goniogus nephanthidis, it acts as late larval parasitoids. Elasmus nephanthidis act as prepupal parasitoids. And Trichospilus pupivora act as pupal parasitoids. Therefore, this all stages have parasitoids for their management, that is tapgate. Shoot borer of sugarcane and stem borer of paddy and sorghums are managed by egg parasitoid, that is Trichogramma australicum. Cotton pink bollworm is managed by the egg parasitoid Trichogramma bacteri. Helicoverpa armigera is managed by Trichogramma chilonis. Sugarcane topshot borer is managed by larval parasitoid Isotoma javensis. Castor semilooper Achea genata is managed by larval parasitoid Microplytis ophiusae. Same table is given here. Pest and biocontrol agents. Woolly aphid is managed by Aphelinus mali, that is adult parasitoid, adult endoparasitoids. Coconut black-headed caterpillar is managed by egg parasitoid Trichogramma australicum, early larval parasitoid Apenthalis taragame, mid larval parasitoid Bracon habitar, late larval parasitoid Goniogus nephanthidis, prepupal parasitoid Elasmus nephanthidis, pupal parasitoid Trichospilus pupivora. Shoot borer of sugarcane and stem borer of paddy and sorghum managed by Trichogramma australicum, cotton pink bollworm by Trichogramma bacteri, Helicoverpa armigera and cotton by Trichogramma chilonis, sugarcane topshoot borer by Isotoma javansis, castor semilooper by Microplytis ophiusae. Here list for egg parasitoid, egg larval parasitoid, prepupal parasitoid, pupal parasitoid, nymphal and adult parasitoid is given. Egg parasitoids are Trichogramma species, Trichogrammachidae family, Telonema species, Cleonidae family, Tetrasticus sonebi, Ulophidae family, Enocetus spirale, Enchiridae family, Anagrus frequens, Mimaridae family. Egg larval parasitoids. The meaning for egg larval parasitoid will come in the coming slides. Chilonas black burning, Braconidae, Copidosoma coleri, Enchiridae, larval parasitoids, Bracon kirkpatrici, Braconidae, Cotesia species Braconidae, Cosmopolitis chloridae, Ichneumonidae, Erioborus trochanteritis, Ichneumonidae, Platygaster oryzae, Platygastridae, Microplytus demoliators. Then after Euclitoria Brian, it is in dipteran larval parasitoid. Prepupal parasitoids Isotoma javensis, Ichneumonidae, Heteroplema, Scaposum, Ulophidae, Gnonotoma, Micromorpha, Eucolidae, Tetrasticus Zaphardianus, Ulophidae. Pupal parasitoids Brachymeria nephanthidis, Salcidae, Goniosus nephanthidis, Bedilidae, Goniosus indicus, Bedilidae, Trichospilus pupivora Ulophidae, Tetrasticus israeli Eulophidae, Xanthophylla punctata Ichneumonidae, Ichneumon promisorius Ichneumonidae, nymphal and adult parasitoid Aphelinus mali Aphelinidae, Encarsia formosa Aphilinidae, Encarsia haitensis Aphilinidae, Ephytis linganensis, a high temperature tolerant Aphilinidae, Aerophagus papae Incartidae, Ivania appendigaster, Uthical parasitoid, belong to the family Ivanidae. Isotoma javensis, prepupal parasitoid, belong to the family Economonidae. Egg parasitoid, that is Trichogramma chilonis, Trichogramma japonicum, Tilonomus rowani, Tilonomus ramus. Egg parasitoids, they attack egg and destroy eggs. Egg parasitoid kills their host before they hatch. Mean they attack egg and destroy egg, thus preventing crop damage caused by emerging caterpillar. If egg is damaged, there is no question of emergence of caterpillar. Therefore, our crop is get protected from the caterpillar. See here, egg parasitoid Trichogramma chilonis. This is the trichocards. Each trichocard contains 20,000 parasitized eggs. Recommended release rate is 40,000 adults per acre. Mean 2 trichocards are recommended per acre area. Release schedule 3 to 4 times at 12 to 15 days interval after irrigating the field. Avoid insecticidal spray after releasing trichogramma in the field to ensure their success. Egg larval parasitoids. Egg larval parasitoids lay their eggs on the eggs of the host, and the resulting larvae emerge from the host larvae. Egg larval parasitoid, they lay eggs on the eggs of the host, feed on that egg, develop on that egg, and emerge from the larval stage of the host, effectively killing the host during its larval stage. Like that, they kill their larvae. Example, Chilonus blackburni belong to the family Braconidae, targets cotton spotted bollworm, that is Aereus viatella. Larval parasitoids, they attack larvae, they feed on that larvae, they grow on that larvae, and they emerge from the same larvae. These are the insects that lay their egg on or inside the larvae of the host. The young parasitoid larvae develop within the host, eventually killing it. Example, larval parasitoid example is Bracon hebetor, Bracon brevicornis, Cosmopolitus chloridae, Microplatis demoliator, Goniogus niphancidis, Cotesia plutella, Cotesia glomerata. Next, larval pupal parasitoids. Here, the parasitoid lay eggs on the host larvae. They feed and develop on the host larvae and emerge out from the pupal stage. Like that, they kill larvae as well as pupae. So, larval pupal parasitoids are the insect that lay their eggs in the larvae of the host. The young parasitoid develop inside the host larvae and eventually emerge as adult from the host pupae, effectively killing the host insect. Example, Isotoma javensis, Heteroplemas caposum, Gnonotoma micromorpha, Tetrasticus gipardianus. Pupal parasitoids. This parasitoid lay eggs on the pupa, they feed and develop on the pupa and emerge from that pupa. The adult parasitoid lay eggs on the host pupa, complete life cycle within the host pupa, and adult emerge from the host pupa, thus killing the host insect. Tetrasticus israeli, and pupa of Opicinia arenozella, Brachymeria niphanchides, and pupa of Opicinia arenozella, Echinomon primizorus, Promizorius, and pupa of Heliothis tetrasticus, Brontispe, and pupa of fruit fly Bactrocera species, Xanthophylla stematar, and pupa of corn borer in maize stem borer. Nymphal and adult parasitoids, they lay eggs on the nymph and adults. They feed and develop on the adults and emerge from that adult itself. Parasitoid Encarsia formosa. Target pest is the cotton whitefly. Stage attack is the nymph and adult stage. And this parasitoid belong to the family Aphilinidae. Aphilinus mali attack aphids. Epiricania melanoleuca attack sugarcane leaf hopper. Pyrilla purpuzilla. Thank you. That's it in this session. Welcome back, my dear students. In this session, we are discussing about predators. See here, this is the green lace wing. Its common name is aphid lion. It feeds voraciously on aphids and manages their population. Similarly, this is the ladybird beetle. It also feeds on aphids and other soft-bodied insects and manages them. So this ladybird beetle is a predator, and here green lacewing also a predator. So predator is a larger organism that captures and eat a smaller and weaker organism, that is the prey. Therefore, the predator is a larger and stronger organism and that feed on smaller and weaker organism, that is the prey. This predator typically consume their prey in a single meal. The prey is the organism that is hunted and consumed by the predator. The predator, it is the organism that hunt and consume the prey as the food. See here classification of predator based on their usefulness to the human. How they are useful, how much they are useful. See here, entirely predator mean they are highly beneficial to the human. For example, ant lion, aphid lion, tiger beetle, and ladybird beetles. They feed on various other organisms such as insects and manage them. They do not do any harm to the human. Therefore, they are entirely predatory or highly beneficial to human. Next category is mainly predatory, but occasionally they are harmful. See, for example, dragonfly and mantids. They are mainly predators, but sometimes they attack honeybees. That's why they are occasionally harmful. Therefore, these are mostly beneficial to man, but sometimes they are harmful also. Next category is mainly harmful but partly predatory. These are mostly harmful. Sometimes they benefit humans. For example, cockroach and blister beetle. So these are the pests. For example, this blister beetle adult they feed on the flowers so that they are harmful, but their grubs prey on grasshopper eggs and manage them. That is the beneficial role. Similarly, cockroach is the pest and so on so many commodities, but sometimes they feed on termites. That is their predatory role is sometimes benefit humans. Therefore, these are cockroach and blister beetles mostly harmful, but sometimes they benefits the human. Next, mainly scavenging but partly predatory. These predators are indirectly beneficial to human. See, for example, earwigs. These earwigs feed on decaying organic matter and help in nutrient recycling. That is the benefit. And also, they prey on fly maggots and manage them. In that way, these are indirectly beneficial to human. Next, variable feeding habit of the predator. This predator, for example, Chaetagonidae family organisms, they are omnivorous and carnivorous. Mean they feed on insects, that is they are beneficial role, but they damage crop by laying eggs also. Their variable feeding habits can be benefit or harm human, it's depend on the situation. Next, stinging predator. These are highly beneficial for pest control but can be dangerous to human. For example, the spiders and wasps. They feed on various other insects like flies, mosquitoes, and various caterpillars. But these spider are sometimes venomous to the human, and wasp they sting human. In that way, they are dangerous to the human sometimes. See here differences between predator and parasite. In case of a predator, host range, they are mostly generalized feeder, mean they feed on so many other organisms. Except ladybird beetle and hoverflies, these are predators, but they show some specificity towards the prey. These ladybird beetles and hoverflies, these are predator, but they mainly focus on aphids and soft-bodied insects. Parasites, they exhibit host specificity. In many cases, the range of the host species attacked is very limited. So here host range is very specific and that host range also are very limited. But here in case of predator, they are generalized feeder, mean they have so many hosts for their feeding. Here activity, predators are very active in their habitats, but parasites are sluggish once they find their host. Development of organs. In predators, organs of locomotion, sense organ, and mouth parts are very well developed. But in case of parasites, this organ of locomotion, sense organ, and mouth parts are not that much well developed. But in parasite, ovipositor is well developed and oviposition is specialized in parasites. In case of predator, body size is stronger and larger. In case of parasite, the body size is weaker and smaller. Intelligence. Predators are usually more intelligent than the prey, but parasites not that much intelligent than their host. Habitat. Predator habitat is independent of that of prey. Here, predator moves freely anywhere and can hunt in various environments. But in case of parasite, habitat and environments are determined by the host. Here, parasites depend on the host for their survival and cannot survive or thrive without their host. Predator life cycle is somewhat long, but in case of parasite, life cycle is short. Plan of attack. This predator do not do any plan for the attack. They attack and prey casually and feed them. But in case of parasite, there is planning is there. More evident planning is there to attack their host. Purpose of attack in case of predator is they predate to obtain food for themselves. But in case of parasite, they attack their host for the provision of the food for their offspring. Number required for their development. A single predator required several preys in a short period of time for their development, but parasite usually complete their life cycle or development in a single host in most cases. Come to the insect predator of agricultural importance. Insect predators are belong to the order Coleoptera, Hemiptera, Neuroptera, and some general predator also there. So let's see Coleoptera order predators. Coccinellidae family includes Coccinella septum punctata. This is the seven-spotted ladybird beetle. Coccinella ripenda. This Coccinella septum punctata feed on aphids. Coccinella ripenda. This also feed on aphids. Cymnus coccivora. They feed on mealybug, that is Pseudococcus species. This is the Cymnus coccivora. Next, Rhodalia cardinalis. This is the Rhodalia cardinalis. This is very specific to scale. They feed on the scale insect, that is Iceria purchasei, that is Cottony cousin scale. Next, Silocorus nigratus. They feed on tapioca scales. Next, Cryptolemus montrezeri. This is the Cryptolemus montrezeri. They are mealybug destroyer, mean they feed on Pseudococcus species, that is the mealybug. Next is the Harmonia oxyridis. This is a multicolored Asian ladybird beetle. It is native to the Asia or India. They feed on aphids, scales, and psyllids. Next, predator from the Carabidae family. Parenta lacticincta. This is the Parenta lacticincta. Ophiomia species. Parenta lacticincta feed on coconut black-headed caterpillars. Ophiomia species, they feed on rice, brown plant hopper, and leaf folder. Next, predator from Cicindelidae family, that is the tiger beetle. Cicindela species, they feed on various soil-dwelling insects. These are the various predators from the order Coleoptera, that is Coccinella septum punctata, Coccinella ripenda, Cynmus coccivora, Chilomenus sex maculata, Rhodalia cardinalis, Chilocaris nigratus, Cryptolemus montrezeri, Harmonia oxyridis, Parenta lacticincta, Ophiomia species, and Cicindela species. All these predators are belong to the order Coleoptera. Next, the predator from Hemiptera order, that is Reduvidae family. Reduvid bug are Assasian bugs, that is Rhinocoris fusiface and Platymeris levicolis. This Rhinocoris fusiface feed on Helicoverpa armigera. Next, Platymeris levicolis feed on coconut rhinoceros beetle. Next, predator from the Miridae family, that is mirid bug. Its scientific name is Cystorinus lividipennis. They feed on rice, brown plant hopper, that is Neela Parvata lucens. Next, predator from the Velidae family, that is the riffle bug, Microvelia atrolineata. They feed on rice, gandhi bug, and green leaf hopper. Next, predator from the Neuroptera order, that is lacewing, belong to the family Chrysopidae. This is the lacewing, Chrysoperla carnea or green lacewing. They feed on aphids, scales, and bollworms and mealybugs. Myrmeleontidae, That is Anthillion. These are belong to the family Myrmidonidae. Myrmidon species. They feed on ants and other soil-dwelling insects. Next, general predators here. Dragonflies. They feed on small insects, butterflies, and they are important predator of mosquitoes. Their needs and adults are predatory one. In case of damselflies, needs and adults are predatory one on small insects and butterflies. Next, praying mantids, here nymphs and adults are predatory one on grasshoppers, caterpillars, butterflies. Giant water bugs, here adult is predatory one on small aquatic insects. Robber fly, here adult is predatory one on small aquatic insect. In case of hoverflies, the larva is predatory one on aphids. In case of wasp, adult and grubs are predatory one on caterpillars. In case of ants, adults and grubs are predatory on many insects. See here ants, ladybird beetle, mantids, and various other predators are given. So thank you so much. Let's see a little more about ladybird beetle. Ladybird beetle are also known as ladybugs or lady beetles. These beetles play a crucial role in controlling pest population, particularly aphids. These beetles' presence benefit crops like vegetables, grains, legumes, strawberry, and tree crops by reducing infestation naturally. Key features and behavior of a ladybird beetle. So their diet, the primary source include aphids. Alternatively, they feed on mites, insect eggs, thrips, and pollen when aphids are scarce. Unusual behavior. Cannibalism can be seen when there is food is limited. Cannibalism is the feeding of one adult on their young ones or other organism of the same species. Reproduction. Egg laying capacity of ladybird beetle is 22,000 eggs. Egg placement. They deposit their eggs near the aphid colonies for immediate food availability to their offspring. Egg appearance. Eggs are small, spindle-shaped, and look in cream, yellow, or orange color. Life cycle. Egg stage. Eggs are laid in cluster near food sources, that is, near aphid colonies. Larval stage passes through the four instars. First, second, third, four instars are there. And this larval stage also feed on the aphids and other soft-bodied insects. Pupal stage it lasts for 3 to 12 days, and adult stage, this adult stage comes after pupal stage and it begins feeding and mating cycles. It begins feeding and mating cycle continues, mean it's feed, mate and reproduce. Feeding habits. In ladybird beetle, both larvae and adults are voracious feeder. Some species consumes hundreds of aphids per day. This strong feeding ability or appetite make them valuable for biological pest control. Here one exception is there. All ladybird beetles are not predator. While most species are beneficial, a few herbivorous species can be harmful. These harmful species include Ephilacna dodecastigma and Ephilacna vigintiactopunctata, that is Hadda beetle, 28 spotted potato ladybird beetle. These species feed on solanaceous plant and are considered as pests rather than beneficial insects. See, all the ladybird beetles are not beneficial. Some are harmful that are the pests on the solanaceous plants. Impact on agriculture. Ladybird beetle plays a crucial role in aphid control, making them essential for integrated pest management. See here one of the most successful example of classical biological control. This is the first and most successful example of classical biological control. You know, classical biological control is the intentional introduction of natural enemies from one area to the another area where they are not present. See here background pest introduction. In the late 1800th century, the Cottony Cousins scale that is native to the Australia was introduced to the California, and there it severely threatened the state citrus industry. Biological control implementation, that is 8 years after Predator is introduced, that is in 1888, entomologist Albert Poible introduced Wadalia beetle. This is the Wadalia beetle. Its scientific name is Rhodalia cardinalis, from Australia to the California. There, they introduced into the citrus orchard to combat this pest. See the outcome. The Wadalia beetle rapidly reduced the Cottony Cousins scale population and leading to the recovery of the citrus industry. So, this event is considered as one of the first and most successful example of biological control. It's demonstrating the potential of using natural predator to manage invasive pests. Next, come to lacewing, belong to the family Chrysopidae and order Neuroptera. This Chrysoperla carnea, commonly known as green lace wings, it is an effective biocontrol agent against Helicoverpa armigera and other soft-bodied insect pests. So see it uses for Helicoverpa armigera management. For management of this Helicoverpa armigera, a release timing includes 2 releases of second instar larvae. The second instar larvae to release at 75 days after sowing and 90 days after sowing can manage this pest very nicely. A release rate include 1 lakh larvae per hectare per release. So this is the effective release dose for the management of Helicoverpa armigera. Next, general predatory behavior of Chrysoperla carnea. Chrysoperla carnea is effectively control several soft-bodied insect pests such as aphids, whiteflies, jacids, mealybug, scale insect, eggs of caterpillars such as Helicoverpa. The larvae of this Chrysoperla carnea is also known as aphid lions. Why? Because they feed voraciously on the aphids. They consume large number of pest eggs, nymphs, and soft-bodied insects, making them highly valuable in pest management. Recommended release rate is 8,000 to 10,000 larvae per acre for general control of soft-bodied insect pests in the field. The key characteristics: adults are pale green in color, measuring 12 to 20 mm in length, that is 1 to 2 centimeter in length. They possess long antennae and golden eyes. Large transparent wings with distinct venation patterns in their wing is very common. Behavior: these are active flyers, especially during dusk and night time. Fluttering flight pattern, that is a light, wavering and irregular flying motion, will be seen in this Chrysoperla carnea. They feed on nectar, pollen and honeydew from the aphids. Eggs are oval shaped, laid singly on silken stalks. See, this is the eggs that are laid on silken stalk. These eggs are initially pale green, turn grey within a few days. Next, larva. Larva resemble tiny alligator with elongated grey or brownish body. They possess well-developed legs and large pincers for capturing the prey. The larvae grow from less than 1 mm to 6 to 8 mm in length. Predatory behavior: these are highly active hunters, consume a wide range of pests. They inject digestive enzyme into the prey, liquefying their inside before feeding. That is, they do extra-intestinal digestion and then absorb that liquefied food. Habitat: lacewings thrives in diverse agricultural environment, particularly where aphids and other soft-bodied pests are present. Common crop they inhabit include field crops, cotton, sweet corn, potato and coal crops. Vegetable crops such as tomato, peppers, eggplants, asparagus and leafy greens. Fruits such as apples and strawberries. Greenhouse and interscapes, there also they present. Next is the hoverflies, belong to the family Syrphidae and order Diptera. Hoverflies are also known as syrphid flies, are beneficial insects recognized for their ability to hover mid in the air. They play a crucial role in biological pest control by preying on aphids and other soft-bodied insects. See key characteristics. Adult resemble bee or a wasp. Due to their mimicry, they get protection from the predators. Their flight is characterized by hovering and sudden darting movement. They hover and then show sudden darting movements. Larvae. These larvae are legless and without a distinct head. Typically, they grow 18 to 17 mm long and they often disguised as they look like has buds drooping for camouflage, for confusion, to get protection from the predators. So their color varies from semi-transparent green, white, brown or black in color. The eggs, their eggs are very small, pale yellow or white in color. These eggs are laid singly near aphid colonies to ensure food availability for hatching larvae. Feeding habits. These adults feed on nectar and pollen, which are essential for the reproduction and egg laying. They frequently seen visiting flower only. Visited flowers are seen by this adult again and again. Larvae, these are voracious predator of aphids, capable of consuming up to 50 aphids per day and around 1000 aphids in a lifetime. They prey on fruit tree, spider mites, and small caterpillar also. Habitat and encouragement to attract hoverflies to the agricultural fields or gardens, plant nectar-rich flowers such as marigold and brinjal. These flowers provide a steady supply of nectar and pollen and attract this adult of the hoverfly. Thank you.